Hello, world. Welcome to the Fourth Heritage Mindset. As an author, it is always very exciting to read a review about your writing. Authors out there can attest to that. Whether good or bad, it's a very interesting thing to know what other people think of what you write and how they appreciate your ideas. Today, I'm thrilled to be talking with Timothy Mununuzi, who has read all my 3 books and has written a very detailed review of the 3rd book, Beyond the Fourth Heritage. I'll leave a link to his review in the description box below. Without wasting time, let's get started. Tim, welcome to the Fourth Heritage Mindset. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good. So the first question is, who are you and what do you do?
Well, I am a nutritionist and pianist who lives in Uganda, and I've read 3 of Emmanuel Kunda's books. And yeah, I think that's pretty enough to know something about me.
That's good. So for those who have not read your review, how would you summarize your take on my book, Beyond the Fourth Heritage?
Well, in the culture of books, there are books that are meant to be thoroughly chewed, and Beyond the Fourth Heritage is one of those books. It's a mind-opening book, and when you read it, you learn a lot about world civilizations, and the book brutally paints you with an honest picture about the analysis of Africa's problems, and you really also learn about the solutions that Kunda Emmanuel portrays in the book that are worth entertaining. Yeah, so it is a book that will open your mind and expose you to quite a number of things as regards the African problems and also some solutions that could work. Yeah, that's a summary of the book.
Okay, thank you. That's a very nice summary as you put it. And I've read every word of your review. I don't remember how long it was, but it was several pages long. So you took a lot of time, and the analysis was thorough. And of course, you did not agree with everything I wrote, but it was well reasoned. I could see that you took ownership of the reading. You wrote about the ideas you agree with and the ideas you don't, and even some suggestions for future. For example, you suggested the title was kind of lacking. So I appreciated your effort. The second question I would like to know is, actually, it is in 2 parts. How has the book changed you or your mindset as an African? You can also talk about the practical things you have done in your life as a result of the inspiration from the book.
Well, after reading Beyond the Fourth Heritage, I clearly remember it. I bought the book on 16th August, and it took me like 2 months to read it. So after reading the book, I changed a lot in how I live my life, my lifestyle, and how I perceive the world. I started attaching more value to punctuality, to critical reading and writing, and I became more intentional with how I spend my time. It also gave me the confidence to take education into my hands and not only rely on
school.
Yeah. So those are some of the things I really changed in my life after reading the book.
Yeah, that is great. You're a young man, just in your early 20s. So it is very important for any Africans as we grow up to realize we need to be we need to internalize critical reasoning. And if you say critical analysis is one of the things you started putting in your life, that is a great thing, because some of our school subjects or the school experience gives us facts to memorize, but it does not give us critical reading, critical reasoning skills. So that's one of the things I wanted to bring out. So it's really nice that you picked up on that. My other question is, what is that one idea from the book that you like the most or that you think is the most memorable?
The idea that the mind is the most powerful in the world is very astonishing.
Mm,
Like when you think about the powers of the mind,
mm,
uh, you realize that it can either build you or break you.
mhm,
The thoughts that we have in our heads shape the things that we do. So, for example, if an African believes that a white will always be superior to him, he will be limited in his potential to cultivate it to the
mm,
highest level. So,
mm,
mindset is a
mm,
really big thing, and
mm,
how we think is really something that people need to really pay
mm,
attention to rather
mm,
than just leave it to the systems to help them think. So, the mind being the biggest
mm,
tool or biggest asset that we human beings have
mm,
is a really great idea. And
mm.
I got that from the book.
Wow. Thank you for that point because when I was writing the book, basically that was the central guiding theme for me. I wanted to show people my mind, but also make sure the reader gets challenged such that they question the things in their mind, such that their mindsets can be influenced. So that example you gave about how we in Africa we grow up with this inferiority complex vis-a-vis Europeans or white people. I know what you mean, and I wanted to bring out that point to show guys that it's our mindset since we are young. The way parents talk to us, the way people teach us, the things we see on TV and radio, we grow up knowing that it's the normal thing for us to feel inferior. So I show how I overcame that, and it's very good that you pick that out because even if you've never left Africa, at least I'm very happy to see that within your mind, you know, you should not feel inferior. And actually, I hope I gave you enough tools in that book to help someone like you and other young Africans to go on that journey of buttressing their mindset so that they no longer have that inferiority complex. Okay, so the other question I wanted to ask you is not many people write long reviews about the books they've read. Why did you get inspired to write a very nice book review that I've read? It's a really nice one.
After reading Beyond the Fourth Heritage,
Mm,
I got provoked to either stay comfortable with the state I was in
mhm,
or do something about it and uh, add some skills to me. So the book inspires people to learn how to write. I realized that school taught me how to do a little bit of writing, but I thought I would really add much more to it if I started reviewing books. Because reviewing books is a way that can help you analyze a book. You can think about it. If you read a 500-page book, or let me say a 300-page book,
mm,
and you sit down and summarize and you point out the main points in the book, the thesis of the book,
mhm,
what was the writer thinking, what were his intentions of writing the book.
mhm,
It has a way of shaping your mind, and it's something that can help you grow. So
mhm,
after reading the book,
mhm,
there was a lot of inspiration for me to
mhm,
learn how to critically write. And I picked
mhm,
book reviewing because it's something that is simple. You just pick up a book. For
mhm,
every book that I read, I try as much as I can to summarize. Have I understood it?
mhm,
Can I communicate whatever I have learned to others so
mhm,
that it helps me as an individual to grow critically.
Critically. Wow. I wish more of our African young people can get a passion in something like this. It will help our culture go a long way in, we have an oral culture. Reading and writing is something that is foreign or strange to many of our people. So when the young people like you get to fall in love with the critical reading, critical writing, and you actually go out to action something this critical, it really means the future generation of Africans, we shall take on this culture of reading and writing and we make it our own. And that is one of the things I wanted to demystify by writing this book and the other two books. We can write books and read books and own the ideas that we read and write about.
Well, I have a blog called Bookmill, and you can easily access it by going to the Fourth Heritage website and look for it. You can access all my book reviews. The aim is to individually grow my writing skills, but also share whatever I have learned with others and maybe encourage some of them to read those books.
I will put your link, the link to your blog, in the description box below, so that people can click on it and visit your blog space. Okay. Lastly, would you recommend the book Beyond the Fourth Heritage to other people? If so, why would any reader, especially an African, what would they gain from reading the book?
I cannot think twice about recommending this book to anyone, especially an African. Africa has been on the losing end of history for a very long time. When you read about the way our African ancestors, like the kings and chiefs, how they yielded into colonialism because they were not equipped enough, it really gets on your mind. Yeah. So an African who does not want to be on the losing side of history, you have to decide to do something about it. And analyzing the problem or learning about the problem is not enough. So if you really want to know how you can push Africa ahead so that it can start contributing towards global development and be an active player on the stage of global development, Beyond the Fourth Heritage is a good book for you to read. So I don't think any African would waste time reading this book. It is very valuable. You really learn a lot about things that can free you as an individual to start doing the necessary small steps onto developing yourself as an individual. And in the long run, it will also be a collective development to your country and your continent and the whole world.
Wow, that's great. This is the book we are talking about, Beyond the Fourth Heritage. It's available on Amazon, anywhere in the world. If you search for Beyond the Fourth Heritage, you'll be able to get this book. Or if you're in Uganda, if you go to my website, www.fourthheritage.com, you can get you can get the contact number and call someone there in Uganda who can deliver you a physical copy of this book. Okay, team, that is the end of our discussion. I don't know if you have any final say you want to say. Otherwise, we'll call it quits.
Yeah, I would like to say thank you for hosting me, and to everyone who's watching this video. You just have to realize that in life, you have to get exposed to as many ideas as possible and pick out those ideas that can work for you, try them out. And if they don't work for you, you keep searching. So it is a journey that is all about searching for the truth, things that can work for you. With that, you can never fail getting ahead in life.
Wow, well put. Are you sure you're just in your 20s? You sound like a wise elder with that comment.
No, I'm still in my 20s.
Thank you so much for your time. For those viewers who have come here for the first time, remember every week we bring a video on this channel, Fourth Heritage Mindset, to inspire the change of mindsets. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe so that you are notified every time I upload a new video.